For 5 years, there have been different rumors about King Von's last words, from what his manager claimed.
The gentleman that was in the car with him was panicking, and Von was the one that was like, hey, calm down, slow down, chill, I'm gonna be good, just get me to the hospital.
To what Asian Doll swore he told her, which has caused so much controversy within the rap community and Von's associates.
One, you wasn't there, so how can you make assumption and accuse guys of doing this and that?
But now, the final footage of what he actually said has just leaked, and we finally know who was telling the truth all along. The evidence is undeniable and more shocking than anyone expected. Let's dive in. The viral footage and controversy. Chicago drill rapper King Von, whose real name was Davon Bennett, tragically lost his life on November 6, 2020, in a shooting outside an Atlanta hookah lounge. His death sent shockwaves through the hip-hop community, and now, nearly 5 years later, new footage has emerged that claims to show his final words and moments. In April 2025, 2 YouTube videos surfaced, claiming to feature leaked footage of King Von's final last words. Leaked footage before King Von's death changes everything, uploaded on April 21, 2025, and last recordings of King Von on the ground just leaked, uploaded on April 17, 2025. These videos have generated significant interest, with one related ex-post from @MyMixtapez receiving over 636,000 views, showcasing just how much public fascination there is with any new information about King Von's final moments. The footage in question appears to be body cam video from police officers who responded to the scene of the shooting. This footage shows the chaotic aftermath of the altercation that led to Von's death, capturing the scene outside the Monaco Hookah Lounge where the incident occurred. In the footage, you can reportedly hear Von saying he needs to go to the hospital, complaining about his leg.
I gotta go to the hospital, my leg. Yeah, we gonna get you to the hospital. You ain't going nowhere. My foot is fucking broke.
What makes this situation particularly complicated is that there are conflicting accounts about what King Von's actual final words were. This controversy dates back to shortly after his death, when his former girlfriend, Asian Doll, made public claims about what Von allegedly said in his final moments. Asian Doll claimed on X that Von's last words were, "Y'all let them niggas get up on me. Stop crying, y'all let them get me." This statement implied that King Von felt abandoned by his friends during the incident, suggesting they left him vulnerable. Her claim was reported by multiple sources, including Hot 97 and Hip Hop DX. However, King Von's manager, known as Track, strongly refuted these claims in a controversial interview with DJ Academics. Track, who was present during the shooting and was also shot himself, provided a drastically different account of what happened that night.
I'm not even speaking for the people that you guys speculating on. I'm speaking on Von's behalf because he's dead and he can't speak on it.
Track explained that the claims being circulated about King Von's last words were completely fabricated. In the interview, he revealed something shocking about the source of Asian Doll's information.
Her text messages clearly.
Yeah.
I talked to Von on a spiritual level with a spirit reader, and he's letting be known. He's talking for sure, and he feel y'all shouldn't let him get facts. So you talking to the dead now, Asian Doll. So Von on the afterlife is telling Asian Doll these facts, guys.
So according to Track, Asian Doll wasn't actually present when King Von was shot, and she didn't speak to him before he died. Instead, she claimed to have received this information through a spiritual advisor after Von's death, which Track dismissed as goofy. This revelation added a whole new dimension to the controversy surrounding King Von's last words, casting serious doubt on the validity of Asian Doll's claims. The complexity doesn't end there. In the newly leaked footage that's been circulating, some viewers claim they can hear King Von speaking, potentially contradicting both of these accounts. However, the audio quality and the chaotic nature of the scene make it difficult to determine exactly what, if anything, King Von says in these recordings. This brings us to the heart of the controversy. What were King Von's actual final words? And why has this question become such a contentious issue among fans, friends, and family members? To understand the full picture, we need to examine not just what was allegedly said, but the entire context of that fateful night. According to Track's account in the interview with DJ Academics, the events leading up to King Von's shooting were spontaneous and unplanned.
At the right state in his mind. You guys could take it how you want to take it from there, but he was in the right state of his mind.
Track explained that after leaving King Von's album release party at Opium Nightclub, Von made an unexpected decision to go to an after-hours spot that wasn't on their planned itinerary. This disrupted their usual security protocols and created confusion among Von's entourage.
That's an after-hours spot that we didn't even have no acknowledgement that we was going to.
Okay.
So really, everybody jumped in the car.
According to Track, King Von traveled with multiple security personnel, but the spontaneous nature of his decision that night left everyone unprepared for what would happen next. When they arrived at the venue, Von remained in his bulletproof truck for 35 minutes while everyone else waited outside. Eventually, Track went to the car to check on Von, and that's when the situation took a turn.
Now, right before we go inside the club, one of his homeboys came to the driver's side and they said, "Hey, we seen so-and-so. I'm not gonna say no names. We seen so-and-so in the car." And instantly,
someone from Von's group spotted Quando Rondo, a rapper with whom Von had previous tensions, sleeping in a nearby car. Upon hearing this, Von suddenly exited his vehicle and confronted Quando Rondo. What started as a physical altercation quickly escalated when someone from Quando Rondo's group opened fire. Track described the shooting as happening within seconds of the confrontation beginning.
Came out the car from the side, like y'all can see on the camera, and shot Von and me 4 times. I think he let 4 or 5 shots off. Von got hit 3 or 4 times. I got hit in the leg, started bleeding, went for cover. He was down.
This first-hand account from someone who was present during the shooting provides important context for understanding the leaked footage. It suggests that the situation unfolded extremely quickly, with little time for anyone to react. This contradicts narratives suggesting that Von's friends abandoned him or failed to protect him. In fact, Track emphasized that King Von remained conscious after being shot and was actually using Quando Rondo as a shield to protect himself.
Von was shielding himself with so-and-so. He literally was holding him up. That's how strong he was. Even while being shot, he know what's going on. He felt it because he was conscious the whole time. So he's holding the individual as a shield. It wasn't nothing as like, he got on top of him, no, he was literally holding him as a shield.
Track also mentioned that Von remained calm, even in the car on the way to the hospital.
When he was in the car, I myself wasn't there, but the gentleman that was in the car with him was panicking, and Von was the one that was like, "Hey, calm down, slow down, chill. I'm gonna be good. Just get me to the hospital." So he was very calm in the situation, which I was told.
According to these accounts, King Von was conscious and even speaking after being shot, which means his actual final words could have been spoken in the car on the way to the hospital, or potentially even at the hospital itself, where Track believes Von died during surgery. This brings us back to the recently leaked footage. If these videos do indeed contain authentic audio of King Von speaking after being shot, they could potentially provide new insights into his state of mind and what actually happened. However, without official verification, it's important to approach these alleged leaked materials with caution. The ongoing fascination with King Von's final words speaks to his significant impact on the drill rap scene and the hip-hop community as a whole. Born in Chicago's O-Block neighborhood, Von rose to prominence with hits like Crazy Story and Took Her to the O, both of which achieved triple platinum certification. His debut album, Welcome to O-Block, reached number 5 on the Billboard 200 and earned platinum certification, cementing his place in the drill rap pantheon. Von's storytelling abilities and authentic representation of Chicago street life earned him a dedicated fan base that continues to honor his legacy years after his passing. This enduring connection explains why any new information about his final moments generates such intense interest and emotional responses from fans. The aftermath.
And they have friendships. These guys are not regular friendships. They're, for some reason, the O-Block and the Chicago friendship is deeper than anything.
He went on to explain that King Von had just helped several of his friends secure record deals worth $50,000 each, and they had each received $5,000 in cash that very night. According to Track, there would have been no motive for them to steal from Von, given how much he had already done for them and was continuing to do for them. These conflicting narratives highlight the emotional and personal stakes involved in discussions about King Von's death. For those who were close to him, how the story is told matters deeply because it reflects on their relationship with Von and their actions during his final moments. This brings us back to the significance of the leaked footage. If authentic, these videos potentially offer an objective record of what happened that night, free from the biases and emotional investments that might color personal accounts. However, even video evidence can be subject to interpretation, and without proper context, footage can sometimes create more questions than it answers. It's worth noting that police body cam footage is typically released through official channels following proper legal procedures. The fact that these videos surfaced on YouTube rather than than through official releases raises questions about their provenance and authenticity. While they may indeed contain genuine footage from that night, viewers should approach them with a degree of skepticism until their authenticity can be verified. Beyond the legal aftermath and conflicting personal narratives, there's another important dimension to this story: King Von's musical legacy. Despite his untimely death, Von's influence on the drill rap scene continues to be felt, and his posthumous releases have, somewhere in between, a complicated individual whose life and art reflected the harsh realities of his environment. This complexity is further illustrated by discussions about King Von on online forums like Reddit. Across subreddits like rKingVon, r/hiphop101, and rChiricology, fans debate Von's musical talent, his personal choices, and his impact on the drill rap scene. Many fans praise King Von for his storytelling abilities and authenticity. One comment on rKingVon highlighted his effortless energy and potential to be among the greatest rappers, while another user compared him to Tupac, suggesting he had a similarly profound effect due to his death before reaching his peak. However, critical perspectives are also abundant. Some users on r/hiphop101 have called Von a terrible person, despite acknowledging his talent, with one referring to him as a serial killer with no remorse for victims. These comments reflect the moral conflict many fans experience when engaging with Von's music, enjoying his artistic expression while grappling with the reality of his alleged involvement in violence. This tension between art and artist creates ongoing debates about how to appropriately honor King Von's legacy. Can listeners separate his music from his actions? Is it possible to appreciate his storytelling without endorsing the lifestyle he described? These questions have no easy answers, and fans continue to wrestle with them as they process new developments like the leaked footage. The diverse reactions to King Von extend to his relationship with other artists as well. King Von was affiliated with Lil Durk's Only the Family, OTF, label, and their connection has remained significant even after Von's death. In his interview with DJ Academics, Track spoke about how Durk was handling the aftermath of Von's passing.
Durk is a very strong individual, and Durk been through this rodeo before, and Durk is somebody I respect and honor, and have the most love for it, like genuinely. He's going through a tough time right now. He's figuring it out just like we figuring it out, and unfortunately, there's nothing he could have did about it because he wasn't there, and legally he couldn't be there.
Lil Durk deleted his Instagram account in the aftermath of Von's death, suggesting the profound impact it had on it. This connection between the two artists highlights how Von's death affected not just fans, but also his peers in the music industry. The bond between King Von and his hometown of Chicago, particularly the O Block neighborhood, is another essential aspect of his legacy. Throughout his career, Von maintained strong ties to O Block, featuring it prominently in his music and videos. Track emphasized how central this connection was to Von's identity.
This is someone who dedicated his whole life to his guys, bro. This is somebody who's not really a family person. Don't really speak to too much people, but his guys is his life. His guys was his breath. Literally, bro.
This deep connection to his roots was reflected in Von's music, which often told stories about life in O Block with unflinching detail and emotional resonance. Songs like Crazy Story and Took Her to the O painted vivid pictures of the environment that shaped him, connecting with listeners who recognized the authenticity in his narratives. King Von's impact extended beyond music to philanthropy and community support. According to Track, Von was committed to helping his community and his friends.
So what purpose would they have? What purpose would they need to go steal when they just made $50,000? All the guys just made $50,000 that night on signing a distribution deal for projects with Von Cosign. And that night alone, I passed out $5,000 to each individual. So there's no need for no money.
Track also mentioned that Von was in the process of buying houses and cars for his friends, highlighting his desire to lift up those around him as his success grew. This aspect of Von's character, his loyalty to his community and willingness to share his success, has become an important part of how fans remember him. The way King Von's story continues to evolve even years after his death speaks to his enduring cultural significance. The upcoming posthumous album King of Drill, or KV6, expected in 2025, will likely introduce his music to new audiences and provide longtime fans with fresh material to connect with. This ongoing artistic presence ensures that Von's voice remains part of the cultural conversation, even as debates about his life and death continue. One particularly interesting aspect of King Von's legacy is how different audiences perceive him. There's evidence of a generational divide in how fans relate to his music and persona. Some Reddit users have expressed concern about younger fans who might glorify Von's image without fully understanding the realities of the life he depicted in his music. One commenter noted, "I still go to school and and the reach of drill music is getting younger every year. Now I've seen kids in 5th grade playing King Von, Lil Durk, raising questions about the potential influence of drill rap on impressionable youth. This generational dynamic adds another layer to discussions about how to responsibly engage with King Von's music and legacy. Is it possible to appreciate his artistic contributions while also acknowledging the problematic aspects of the lifestyle portrayed? Maintained his presence in the hip-hop world. Since his passing, King Von's estate has released several posthumous projects, including What It Means to Be King in 2022 and Grandson in 2023. According to Genius, a new posthumous album titled King of Drill, also sometimes referred to as KV6, is expected to be released in 2025, though no specific date has been confirmed. This ongoing stream of posthumous music has helped keep Von's artistic legacy alive, allowing new listeners to discover his work and longtime fans to continue connecting with his art. In his interview with DJ Academics, Track confirmed that King Von had left behind a substantial amount of unreleased material.
For sure, Von have 9-10 videos with him, with his artists. He have 2 more projects he could drop. Von was an artist that work ethic was phenomenal. So he overworked everybody in the building. So he have a lot of music.
This unreleased material ensures that King Von's voice will continue to be heard for years to come, even as debates about his final words persist. In many ways, his music serves as his most authentic voice, allowing him to tell his own story in his own words. Fan reactions and lasting legacy. When the alleged body cam videos of Von's final moments and last words first surfaced in April 2025, they quickly generated significant engagement across social media platforms. The X post from @MyMixtapez sharing the footage received over 636,000 views, demonstrating the intense interest in any new information related to King Von's final moments. The comments on this post revealed a wide range of emotional responses. Some fans expressed deep sadness with messages like, "Rest in peace, King Von, he's looking up at us," reflecting the genuine grief that many still feel over his loss. Others took a more critical stance, referencing Von's alleged involvement in violence with comments such as, "There's nothing tragic about the passing away of a serial killer like Von." Some viewers questioned the timing of the footage's release, with one user noting they waited 4 years for this tape, suggesting skepticism about why this material was only emerging now. And perhaps most poignantly, some fans expressed frustration with the constant revisiting of Von's death, with one commenting, "Y'all can't ever just let somebody rip, huh?" These varied reactions highlight the complex and often contradictory ways that fans relate to King Von's legacy. For some, he represents an authentic voice who spoke truth about life in Chicago's most dangerous neighborhoods. For others, he's a controversial figure whose violent past cannot be separated from his artistic contributions. How can older fans and music critics help younger listeners develop a nuanced understanding of the context that shaped Von's art? These questions become particularly relevant when considering how King Von's story intersects with broader issues of violence, poverty, and systemic inequality in Chicago and similar urban environments. Von's music didn't exist in a vacuum. It reflected the harsh realities of his upbringing and the social conditions that contributed to the cycle of violence he described in his songs. By engaging critically with King Von's music and the circumstances of his death, listeners have an opportunity to consider these larger social issues. The recently leaked footage, with all the reactions and debates it has sparked, can serve as a starting point for more substantive conversations about the factors that lead young men like Von into lifestyles marked by violence and conflict. King Von's story also resonates with broader trends in how society memorializes artists who die young, particularly in hip-hop. Like Tupac Shakur, the notorious Big, Pop Smoke, and others before him, Von's early death has contributed to a certain mythologizing of his persona. The fascination with his final words and moments reflects this tendency to focus on the tragic circumstances of an artist's death, sometimes at the expense of a more holistic appreciation of their life and work. Yet despite these complex dynamics, what remains clear is that King Von's impact on drill rap and hip-hop more broadly is undeniable. His storytelling abilities set a new standard for narrative rap. His authenticity resonated with listeners seeking genuine expressions of urban experience, and his distinctive voice and flow influenced a generation of artists following in his footsteps. As new information continues to emerge, whether through leaked footage or other sources, fans will undoubtedly continue to engage with King Von's story, seeking to understand the person behind the music that moved them. In doing so, they keep his legacy alive, not as a flawless icon, but as a a complicated human being whose art reflected both the beauty and the brutality of his lived experience. In the end, perhaps the most fitting tribute to King Von isn't found in debating his final words or dissecting the circumstances of his death, but in engaging thoughtfully with the music he left behind. Through his storytelling, Von offered listeners a window into his world, a world marked by hardship and violence, but also by loyalty, resilience, and raw talent. By listening with both critical awareness and compassion, we honor the complexity of his legacy while acknowledging the tragic loss of potential that his death represents. For more content like this, click on the videos showing on your screen now.